Okay, today we're going to learn about the law of reflection, which says that the incident angle is equal to the angle of reflection. And so we're going to do that by seeing if it holds true. So here's a mirror, okay, so you guys can see right there. You're going to put that down using the little thing here to keep it up. Draw a little line so that you can see, all right, where the mirror is going to be. That's pretty important that you do that first, because otherwise when you're doing this, if it moves, you can run into trouble. All right, so what you're going to do is put in a couple of pins, okay? And those pins are going to end up representing a line, 2 points, right? Make a line. You're then going to use a ruler to go ahead and have that line come on in, like that, okay? And that is going to be our incident ray, okay? Okay, so now where that incident ray comes in, you're then going to come on down here, and you're going to like say, all right, this is like your eye, right down in this vicinity. You're going to try and line up the pins, okay, that are in the mirror with the 2 other pins that you still have, okay? So, taking a look at this, all right, if I come down here, and I got my eye looking right down in this vicinity, okay, should be able to get the pins. Alright, there's one. Alright. You got to get right down at eye level with it to be able to see it. And then I'm going to put in another one. I have to line it up so, but as I look at it, alright, I have to keep this pretty well steady, the mirror. Alright, that they all line up. Like one pin is in front of the other. Alright, so exactly. Now you can see that the pins, all right, this pin and this pin are in line with the other 2 pins. They all look like they form a straight line. Now these 2 pins that look like they're back here are actually in the reflected image, right? So they're actually in the mirror. There's no pins really there. But they look like they're all lined up. This one in front of this one, which looks like it's in front of the other one. Let's see if I can kind of get this so you can see. So from this image here, right, you can kind of see that's going to form a line. So now I can go ahead and move this. Right. I can go and put that right here to form this line. Now this line is coming out, right, because the light ray hit these ones, bounced off, and came back out this way. Okay, this is called the reflected, all right, ray. Okay, this is our mirror. I want to make sure you label that. If you take a look, there's actually a little bit of space between, alright, if you zoom in there, you can see there's a little bit of space here, alright. That's because the mirror actually has a reflective surface on top of glass, which is back this way. So the actual reflective surface is back there. Now, if you take out your pins, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to find exactly in the middle of this, all right, where the 90 degrees is, okay, and you're going to make a couple of lines, and then you're going to make yourself it's called a normal line, all right, okay, so this is called the normal, and then what you got to do is you got to go ahead and read your 2 angles, all right, this angle, okay, and this one. This one inside here is called the incident angle, and this one's called the reflected angle. And the law of reflection states that those 2 better be the same. All right? So measure them out. Okay? All right. So when you measure these things out, you got to make sure that you are going ahead and measuring, right, from 0 to here. If you do it this way, you can, but you just got to make sure that you don't end up putting down, all right, what this value is out here. This is not the angle. No, 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 no. Not this one. It's the ones that are inside. The ones that are touching the normal are the ones that you have to go ahead and measure and find. Okay, now for the third one, right, because you already did one mirror on one side and one on the other. Now you're going to do 2 mirrors. See if it holds true, the law of reflection for 2 mirrors. So you're going to put in a couple of pins again, all right? Make sure that they are not 90 degrees to one of the mirrors, okay? So in other words, any angle, and usually something around 45-ish works pretty well. So if I do that, okay, the big thing to do is get your two mirrors 90 degrees to each other, okay? And then kind of hold them down and draw a line so you know where the line is. Because as you can see, they move pretty easy, all right? And so it's a little bit of a trick. So now you got those two lines, okay? You got your two pins, okay? So I can take those out, and I'll know where to put the mirrors back. I can draw this line in, okay, like this, okay? Okay, so this is going to be my incident ray, all right? Okay, put the mirrors back. Okay, then I'm going to try and line them up. All right. Make sure you try and get those back on there, otherwise it makes for a mess doing this later. So I'm going to come on down. I'm going to put my eye right around here because I'm going to get a double reflection. I'm going to get one off this mirror, which goes into this mirror, which makes it look like there's basically two pins back here, right? So it looks like there's two pins that are back here in the mirror. So I'm going to try and line up my eye somewhere around here so that I can try and get those two pins to line up with the two pins I'm going to put out here. So that the reflected ray, okay, which is a little tricky from this angle. Alright, now, it's a little hard to tell because it's a little hard to get this to autofocus right, but this pin, right, looks like it's in front of this pin, which you can barely even tell it's there, but it's there, right? See how it's right there, but it's in front of it. And then this pin looks like it's in front, lined up at least, with this pin, right? Can you see that one back there? Looks like in the mirror right there, which is really just a double reflection of one of these ones from over here. Okay, and then the other pin, this, see how these two are right in front, right? Those ones are going to be back here and they're in line. But it basically looks like this one pin blocks this, which blocks this, which blocks this. And so that's going to then give us our line, okay? So from there, okay, now that you have that, you can just go ahead and take out the mirrors, all right? And you can draw yourself a line, okay, like this. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to connect this incident ray going all the way over to this one. So these two spots where they touch, you're going to connect like that. Okay? And then what you got to do is take out your pins, okay? And you're going to have to go ahead and make two normals. So put this one on here, okay? And then same thing over here. You have to go make a normal here, a normal there. And you got yourself that normal and this normal. So in other words, did the law of reflection hold true for both situations? So here, what we kind of have is we kind of break this line in half because this one's going to be a reflected, all right, ray. So it's going that way. And that becomes then the incident ray, all right, which you need to label. Okay, this is where people usually lose points. Incident ray, right, hits this second mirror and reflects out. So this becomes the reflected ray for the second mirror. All right. And then you have to find out, does this incident ray equal this reflected ray angle right here? These two have to be the same. They don't have to match up with these because this is only happening on this mirror, this reflection. But this one, right, this incident angle and this reflected angle have to be the same to each other, right? So if this was like 30 and this was 30, that's good. If this is like 40 and this is 40, then that's good, all right? You don't want, they shouldn't probably end up being all the same. Okay, so measure them out and then just tell me, what are those values? Equals, 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 equals. Okay, don't forget to label your mirrors, okay? Mirrors. And also your normals. Okay? So you basically have to have your incident ray, right? Your reflected ray, your incident angle, okay? Your reflected angle, your mirror, and your normal. Okay, so you got 6 things you got to have for every single one. Oh, actually 7, because you have to have your arrows on your rays, right? Arrows on rays. So 7 things. All right. So hopefully that does the trick here for us then. Okay. So that's how your final one should look. Okay. So to that effect. All right. Have fun. Don't poke yourself in the fingers, and if you can, try to get a good piece of cardboard. Thicker the better, because then it's easier to stick it into the pins into it. If it's a real thin piece, then sometimes you got to push down. It kind of hurts the fingers. All right. To do tomorrow. Okay. Bye.